Men's quadruple sculls, the Prince of Wales's Challenge Cup. It's another Leander boat on the water. Leander Club A up against a French outfit on the Berkshire station to the left of your picture. Just again watching the steering as the wind continues to gust up at Temple Island. And it looks like Leander have got out pretty well there on the Buck station, but a bit further down course. You can see there that's very much a race, but at the moment the French quad are dominating. 3/4 of a length up. And Henley, Gaizac, Baraton and Chabanais of France. Good early lead for them.
Yeah, the French have got out of the blocks very quickly there, you know. They've got into the rhythm now. You know, Leander will just want to make sure they stay in contact now and make sure that they stay in their rhythm, you know, with their race plan. My brother's coaching this Leander crew, Ross, so, you know, he'd have kind of sat down with his crew, working out what they need to do at certain markers to put themselves in the best possible position to kind of match race the French crew.
Ross Hunter of Wargrave is in charge of Leander. So any inside information, they've got a bit of work to do here, haven't they? They've got a length to make up. Still plenty of the race left. Yeah,
but they're in contact. That's the main thing for the middle section, was to stay in contact. You know, it's a young crew. You know, our other crew is in the corner, Queen Mother. They took that challenge on board as they were kind of moved up into that event. You know, Leander have won this event for the last six seasons or 6 years, so it'd be interesting to see how the guys get on the kind of second section of the race.
Leander beat Tees Rowing Club easily on the Berkshire station yesterday to get through to this semi-final. On the Buck station today, so a different race approach perhaps.
And it just, if you look at the French, it just looks a bit sluggish there. They went off really hard. Leander are starting to move now. You know, they can sense the crew beside them, and as an athlete you start to feed off that as you start to move through the other crew.
Lyon and Vichy is the geography for the French crew.
That's a great middle section there from the Leander crew. And those young guys, you know, cool heads, you know, fire in the belly, ice in the mind. That's the thing we used to say. You know, they've kept to their thing, doing their race plan. And that's a really good section of the race there, and just moving through the French crew.
Yeah, turned it right round here, Leander. That was a terrific few hundred metres surge. Now it's a question of whether the French have got anything to throw back at Leander.
And there's nothing more kind of, you know, tough to come back from when you've gone out in front, you've got a length, and then a crew comes back through the middle section, and then you've got to respond again. So it'd be really interesting to see, you know, what the French have left in them to kind of come back on terms, try and challenge Leander.
Yeah, motivationally disheartening, I can imagine.
That's a good term for it. I like that one.
Long words. And have the French got the stomach for the battle here? Because just having a look at it, they beat a German boat yesterday, by Leverkusen and Munster, by a length and a quarter off the Buck station. This Lyon and Vichy boat. Convincing win for them yesterday, but this is suddenly a whole new game for them, isn't it? Being passed as easily.
And this is where Leander would want to be. They're going to come into the regatta enclosure first. They get their first kind of roar from the home crowd, home water, and then they'll come to Suez Close to get the next one. But that's a really impressive kind of middle section there by the young guys here. You know, really kind of committed, stuck to their race plan. Rossi said they were going to be hard in the middle and then try and hang on at the end. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens as they go through the enclosures.
Mottram in the stroke seat, Christie, Devereux and Stenterford in the bow seat of Leander in front of the grandstands now. Fantastic middle section to the race. Now it's a question of whether they can grimace their way to the line. Certainly a bit of grimacing on the face of Mottram, the stroke.
You can see the agony there on his face, you know, how much he's committed in the middle there.
And having committed as much, can they hold the technique all the way to the finish line is the big question.
And that's the thing, as you start to fatigue, you know, you've done hours and hours of training just to keep the same movement. You know, you're trying to add more work, more power. but your legs are screaming, your lungs are screaming.
The umpire was just getting twitchy. He didn't actually raise his flag, but he was certainly bellowing, and he's having a really good look at both these boats who are coming very close together, and this is going to be a good finish. Leander have the ascendancy at the moment by a length, and they're going to hold off the French quad. Good performance from Leander, who had the sluggish start, but have managed to fight back through the French. Into the finishing few strokes we go.
They've rode him to a standstill. I'd love to see that in the enclosures.
Absolutely shattered the French quad there. Well done to Leander. A second win in 4 races for Leander Club. This time in the men's quad, the Prince of Wales's Challenge Cup. Leander Club beating Lyon Vichy of France.